I know you're a redshirt freshman.
Yes, sir.
You're from Orlando. You played at university.
Yes, sir.
So what was kind of that process like coming out of high school? Were you recruited? Did you get offers? How did you kind of end up at UCF as a walk-on initially?
I actually was not heavily recruited at all coming out of high school. I ended my senior season thinking, you know, football may not be a possibility, going off into wrestling season actually. And going into the spring, I got Coach Beckton at the time came to the school and presented me with the opportunity as a preferred walk-on.
Okay, I think his son maybe a while ago played at university, Sean Beckton Jr.
Yes,
and stuff, so I know there's been some guys through there. So what were your expectations coming in? You're just happy to play football? Were you thinking, you know, maybe I can find a role on the team and eventually earn a scholarship? What was kind of your mindset coming in that year?
Coming in, I just know I wanted to consistently do what was right. I wasn't sure of the expectations in terms of a role. I knew coming in as a walk-on, you know, you may not get the same opportunities.
Right.
So I just believed that as long as I did what was right, whatever happens, happens.
So what was last year like? Obviously an amazing season for UCF. Were you on the scout team? I mean, I know you're redshirted, so what were you doing last year?
Yes, sir. I was on the defensive scout team most of all the year.
Okay, so this season, new coaching staff. Obviously,
yes,
I know you've gone on to play a major role in special teams. Did that happen early in spring, or was that something through summer and preseason where you started to kind of find a spot?
In terms of getting on special teams, that was more towards the end of camp and into the beginning of the fall season. The only thing I was starting on at first was punt return, and I was a backup on the other special teams, and then I was given an opportunity to play on all of them.
Okay, so at what point did you play on all of them? Halfway through, or?
I believe week 3 or 4.
Okay, so it didn't take long and everything. So did you? I mean, that had to feel good. I mean, you're still young in your career. You're starting to play a major role. I mean, you had to feel, you know, pretty good about your progress at that point, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. So what's kind of been your favorite moment playing so far this year? You got another big game coming up, but a hit on special teams, or what's kind of been when you look back at your season thus far? What's kind of been your favorite personal moment?
Well, there's been a bunch of moments, but I'd say my greatest one. So what I like to do, first play either kickoff or kickoff return before the whistle blows. I'll just look around at the crowd and everything and just kind of take it all in. And Cincinnati game, you know, with that being college game day, being a night game, crowd's going crazy, I can barely hear. That was one of the good moments. It's
kind of been a lot of fun. I mean, you don't know what it's like to lose in college, right? I mean, you've never been through a loss, so I mean, it's kind of amazing, right? I mean, no one else can say that other than this team.
Yes, sir. It was good.
So with what happened was yesterday. Now the video was posted by Coach Heupel's account last night.
Yes,
did that happen yesterday in a meeting?
Sir.
So what are you thinking? Guy comes in, Eric DeSalvo is a funny guy. You didn't even have a beard on, but he's doing this shtick. Of course, we all saw the video. Did you have any idea what was going to happen?
No idea. I just saw Wyatt and Titus go up. I'm like, all right. And then he calls my name. I was like, I didn't go over this before. I don't have a script. You know what's going on. And I was just excited when he gave me the little scroll, and I was like, yes. But I was definitely grateful for that moment.
Did you think that could happen this early in your career, or were you just kind of thinking? I mean, you look at guys like Greg and guys like Kalubi Ali earned a scholarship. Was that even on your radar to happen this soon, or?
Not really. I mean, obviously that's always a goal and always something you want to work towards. But in terms of my expectation for when it was going to happen, no idea.
So what was that like just in the aftermath? Did you call your family? I mean, that had to be a really special moment, right?
I actually didn't call them right off the spot. I wanted to tell them in person. So I drove home, waited for them. They weren't there. So I left it on the counter, and I texted my parents, and I was like, I just got something for y'all to sign on the counter. And then my mom called me. She was crying. She was so thankful. My dad was also thankful, had a really great reaction.
Yeah, so that's special. I mean, you know, the big expense, college and everything else, and now you're on a full scholarship and all the advantages and perks that come with it. So where are you academically? Obviously you came to UCF as a student too, so what are you studying towards, and what are you going to major in if you haven't started that already?
I'm majoring in electrical engineering right now.
Okay.
This past semester was actually my first semester getting like into the major. Okay. So that's where I'm at.
That's pretty exciting. Are there any other guys on the team in that path? I know Matt was
Matthew Wright, aerospace. I believe Alex Ward is also aerospace or mechanical, one of the two.
Okay, a few of those guys. I know it's not probably like the most popular one amongst guys, but so ultimately, I mean, I know you got years to go. What kind of career path would that set you on? Is there any particular engineering field, career-wise, you're interested in?
In terms of specializing, I'm not exactly sure yet. I'm still getting into it. I'm thinking, you know, maybe powerable and renewable energy may be something I'm looking into, but also as you know, internships come and those opportunities present themselves, I think I'll get a better idea of what I want to do in the future.
Yeah. So how's it like just kind of getting ready for the bowl game? I mean, LSU, Fiesta Bowl. I don't know if you've been out west before to the desert, so I know a lot of guys are looking forward to that. How's it been just in this early part, just getting ready for LSU?
Real good. The team's excited. Morale is high, and we know we have a lot at stake. So we've just been preparing our best, and that'll show on the first.
Yeah, I know I kind of asked you a little bit earlier, but what would it mean to you to just keep this thing going, keep this perfect streak going, to end the season with a win against LSU and pretty much not experiencing a loss in these past 2 years? What would it mean to guys like you?
Definitely, it would be special, you know, not just to also be a part of that goal, but we really don't see it as a streak. I'm sure you've heard many times you go 1-0 every time. So this is just another one of those 1-0 moments. We got to win each practice going into the bowl game, and then whatever happens on January 1st happens.